Hi, everyone. Welcome. We would like to talk about start your innovation journey with Azena. I'm Laurie, the business development manager at Azena.
Hi, everyone. I'm AJ. I'm the solution consultant supporting the business development team at Azena.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andy, from a sales representative from VIVOTEK, Taiwan.
And hello, everyone. My name is Tom, and I'm from the DataFromSky, Czech Republic.
So today we have a kind of packed agenda here. So Annie will give you more background about VIVOTEK and show you more detail about Insight series of the camera. And me and AJ here will tell you a bit about Azena stores and show you the live demo of the portals. And last but not least, Tom will show us very nice Flow apps applications and with some demos as well. So let's get started. I will give the stage to Annie. She will walk you through about VIVOTEK.
Thank you, Laurie. Yeah, hope you guys can see my screen right now. This one. Okay, about the start your innovation journey with future-proof AI solution. Laurie, can you see that? See my screen?
Yes, Annie, we can see your screen.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Annie, sales representative from VIVOTEK Taiwan, and today my great honor to show you a VIVOTEK product and solution for future-proof AI solution for your innovation journey. Let's go to the content. I will have 5 parts here. The first part, I would like to introduce a little bit about VIVOTEK, and I'm gonna share you guys the market trend, the serverless AI analytics. Then we'll have the camera portfolio with Azena OS. Next, I will introduce how the Azena application integrate into our VMS fast tool. And last but not least, some specific case we already done for AI solution with Insight series. Let's go to the VIVOTEK. VIVOTEK was founded in 2000 in Taiwan. Right now we have 1,100 employees in the whole world. And the fiscal year total revenue for 2020 is 191 million. Right now we are the top #1 IP surveillance provider in Taiwan in terms of total revenue and total shipment. And we have more than 180 distributors over 120 countries. Right now we have 3 factories and all in Taiwan. That's why our certificate of origin is in Taiwan, and all of our product compiled with the NDAA from US regulation. We joined Delta Electronics in 2017, and Delta is famous for power solution and thermal management company. They have more than 98,000 global employees, and the fiscal year 2020 total revenue is 10.1 billion. And VIVOTEK was in the top 20 of Security 50 consecutively for 5 years. Besides that, we always got the Taiwan Excellence for the high quality and marketing and product plan production. Yes, and here are some awards for VIVOTEK. VIVOTEK proud to become a total IP surveillance solution top #1 in Taiwan. We not only just have the front-end camera with full range of camera from counting camera, mobile dome, multi-sensor, PTZ camera, fisheye, box bullet, and fixed dome camera. But we also have the back-end solution for PoE solution, a network video recorder, also software and mobile application. That's why we call ourselves as one-stop shopping for total IP surveillance solution. Now I move to the next part is market trend, serverless AI analytics, because the end user and customer always want to save costs to do some real-time and on-edge analytics on the camera. VIVOTEK have our own R&D team to develop the on-edge video content analysis. Right now, we have 10 features can work efficiently on the edge of the camera. Some like smart motion detection, intrusion detection, and I will show you later in this video. So if you cannot hear the audio here, we can see on the video, we can turn on the human detection on the UI camera. And when the car passes by the area, it will not have the notification. However, if people come inside the area, the notification will pop up and send to the VMS. Our smart motion detection can work especially, can reduce false alarm if it's windy, heavy rain, insect or light changes. So that's why we only focus on human and send the notification based on human detection only. So based on the smart motion detection, we can develop more advanced features like light crossing detection. Go to the UI camera, you can draw the virtual line like this. And when people pass by, it will pop up the notification here. And here is the loitering detection. You can draw the area. You can draw the area, and when people come inside, the camera will start to count. For example, it's a 5 seconds, so it will pop up a notification. We not only just based on human, we also can detect object. You can see here, when someone take the object away, so it will pop up notification to the VMS as well. And next, if someone accidentally puts some object inside the area, so it also can pop up the notification. So these AI on edge VCA feature can help to reduce a lot of costs because it not require server or any IPC to send the video stream to analyze on server base, or it can help end user or customer to save a lot of costs. And we also have the car detection, and based on car detection, we can develop the parking violation detection. For example, this is a red light in Taiwan, so we draw the area. When the car comes inside that area, the camera can detect that is a car, and we set up the rules. If it parks here for more than 20 seconds, the camera will send the notification to the VMS. You're waiting for a while, and it will have the event notification. Pop up like this. So you can, based on the camera, and draw the surveillance area you want to detect, and whenever the car goes inside, easier for you to detect the car parking violation. The next is people counting. It's really special product, and we're selling that for stadium or shopping mall. The counting cameras, the counting engine is on the camera already. We don't need the server or any PC to process or analyze this. So you can see each person will have the bounding maps to cover, and it will release the in or out real-time report. And if the gate is quite big, like bigger than 4, 5, or 7 meters, we can stitch some camera together and produce one report only. So this is a special technology from VIVOTEK. You can see the guy here, he stayed here for a while. The camera can recognize he is a human and draw the bounding box to cover him. However, he haven't go out or go in. For this part, we draw the in-out part here. So he's still outside of that part, so the camera haven't count him yet. This means our counting camera can ensure 98% accuracy rate. Can provide you the counting report with a high accuracy rate. So this camera we apply a lot for stadium or the shopping malls, especially in APAC and also US, UK market. However, some application, you need higher computing power to process. So that's why we come up with the product portfolio with Azena OS, because right now, each camera manufacturer, they have their own R&D team to develop the VCA. However, the customer needs is really huge. Like they need so many kinds of application. So that's why we cooperate with Azena, Bosch, or Hanwha Milestone, yeah, we found out the OSA platform. That's why we can leverage the app developers. They join in one application store. So we provide the camera and AI box to run the app on Insight series. So here's the Insight series. Right now we have two tabs, the AI box here and the Insight camera. AI box and Insight camera will be powered by the Qualcomm AI engine. And for the AI box, we have two types, the RJ45 connector and the M12 connector. Yeah, and for the AI box, you can connect the generic network camera to the AI box and download the app to the AI box and run the application on the AI box. However, for the Insight camera, it's already have the AI engine inside. So the camera will analyze, we will download the app and the camera will analyze on the camera already and send a notification to the VMS, to the backend. And we foresee that the AI camera Insight series will plus the Azena App Store will take the smart surveillance to the next leap, because you can deploy the application as simple as using cell phone with 4 steps. Step 1, connect AI box to any IP camera or directly use Insight fixed-dome camera. Step 2, go to the Azena store at azena.com. And right now, there are more than 100 applications available from 30 development companies for 25 industry. And later, Azena team will show you how to download and install app into the AI box. And after that, you can run the application, and receive the event notification to the backend. Next part, I will go to the fast tool integration with Azena application. Here is the event adapter architecture. For the first scenario, you can use the Insight camera like this to directly receive the video and send the live stream or recording to the backend. And we load the application to the camera. And the second scenario, we have the generic network cameras, and we connect that to the AI box. And on the AI box, we already have loading the app here, and the AI box will analyze the app and run the application and send the notification to the backend. And so inside the Insight series, we will have some application inside, and each apps, they will generate some event based on JSON, XML, or CHV, and via the message broker MQTT type. It will go through the Insight event adapter. This is the pre-installed application on the Insight series to standardize the notification, and that's why it can send to the backend VMS like VIVOTEK Fast Tool or other VMS, or under like HTTP server, CGI comment, or on bit event, on bit metadata. So now I move to the last part, is a successful story for Insight series. What kind of application we already developed and apply in the real cases. The first one is AI box plus the PPE application. This one we test that in Australia. You can see the camera connect to the AI box, and we load the PPE detection application to the AI box, and it can recognize this person didn't wear the helmet. So the helmet will become red here. And he is wearing vest, so the vest become green. It means it's okay. So it will pop up a notification like this: missing helmet 1, missing vest 0, and people on screen only 1, So this kind of notification will pop up here and send to the backend VMS. You can see the live view like this. So this guy, he doesn't wear the helmet, but he had the vest. So the vest is the green, helmet is red. And this guy, he doesn't wear helmet and vest, so both red. But the middle guy had a helmet. Had the helmet and the vest, so all of his is a green color. Yeah. So we had the notification here: the missing helmet 2, missing vest 1, people on screen 3. Another application is Another application is the AI box plus the flow traffic apps from DataSky. Yeah, you can see here the camera connect to the AI box of VIVOTEK, and it can analyze and counting vehicle and categorize the vehicle. So you can see one box here have 3 information. The first one is the ID. The ID will be the counting number of that vehicle. The second information is the vehicle categorizing. It will have 7 types of vehicles like heavy, car, motorbike, bicycle, or pedestrian. Yeah, the third information will be the speed of that vehicle. Right now, the speed measurement is kpx per hour. kpx here is a kilometer pixel. Yeah, you can translate the pixel world into the real world via the guideline from flow traffic apps. I will show you later like this. Can you still see my screen for the geo-registration in flow?
Now we are showing your presentations.
Oh, still application now. Okay. Okay, so you go to flow traffic application website. You can see how to translate the pixel world into the kilometer per hour or any other kind of measurement unit for speed. And I would like to show you the live view, the real video from this. So you can see each vehicle come closer to the camera. It will appear 3 information on that vehicle. So my SI had, these are rainy days. Even the lighting not so good. Yeah, but the camera sending the RDS feed to the AI box, and AI box can process and generate this kind of information and send to the backend. Now I would like to show you in sunny day. So you can see ID number here is a car and it stops. So we have the 0 kilometer per hour. Yeah, it's a sunny day, so we already translate the kpx per hour to become kilometer per hour. So here is the video. Actually, I got really good feedback from our SI because they said flow traffic application plus AI box is really useful for them because they can save a lot of cost for not buying server. And they said flow traffic apps is developed by someone who really understands traffic and would like to provide more meaningful information for the traffic management, because based on the counting number and the categorize of the vehicle, you can have the report to adjust the traffic light, for example, or to manage and improve the traffic jam in especially some developing countries like Vietnam or Indonesia. Yeah, so this kind of real application can help a lot for the government authorities to manage the traffic. Okay, so here comes some core competencies from VIVOTEK. So why you should choose VIVOTEK for to become your surveillance partner? We have 21 years of experience and more. All products are made in Taiwan. We compile with the NDAA compliance, and we have the cybersecurity with Trend Micro. Trend Micro is the top cybersecurity solution provider from Japan and cooperate with us for a really long time. And VIVOTEK also have in-house R&D, and we develop technology and solution ourselves. And also we join some open platform like OZA, to provide more solution options for customer. Yeah, thank you so much for your listening. And right now it's some minutes late for the Q&A part. So if anyone have question about VIVOTEK product and solution, feel free to let me know.
2, 3. No.
Thanks, Annie, for the very nice live demonstrations. So now I would like to share about the Azena store. Cool. And feel free to use the chat box at the below of this Zoom software. You could see this Q&A button. Just feel free to drop any question to us. I'll try to pick up at the end of the session. Yeah. So as Annie already mentioned, that current market is quite fragmented. Different vendors have different operation system, and especially as app developers, you have to comply with different OS and build on top of different solutions. So I assume it's quite time consuming for you guys. So here as Azena, we try to build up these open platforms where you have this open ecosystem, just do one-time job to build on one application for one ecosystem. So it's easily just port the solutions to the store based on the application store we are building here. So Azena team is building several components. At the left-hand side, you can see that there's a camera OS. It's currently based on Android open source project, and with Qualcomm chipset, and more chipset manufacturers will join soon in this platform. And also another portal we built up for the integrator is this device manager portals, where the users can purchase the application and mass install different software on each different cameras. And for the app developer side, at the right-hand side, you see this software development environment, where we provide SDKs and help the developers port the solution to the application store. And we all take care about all these billing issues and export control. So last component, but the most interesting things we are building here is this public marketplace. This is currently available around 40 countries globally, and we are very welcome you just visit our store and sign up to register and try it out of different solutions. So at the right-hand side, I want to show you a bit more detail what really the benefit you can get once you sign up to the store. So as assistant integrators, you will easily get the chance to get additional revenue stream in case you find out a new customer request. So our team can help you build up different things, provide different solutions to your customer. No matter what is the use cases, we could try to find a developer match with this use case and customize the applications. And second, we try to provide you the less complexities. So you do reduce some training of your sales teams, and you can easily to have the chance to compare the edge solutions with the server base. And last but not least, the flexibility we want to provide as Azena, so there's no more unlocking effect. And the beauty of this ecosystem is that we have tested out that one hardware solutions can upload up to 3 or 5 applications depending on the capacities. So there's the 3 main key things I would like to share with you. And the next thing I want to share is that where you can find the solutions. So now I jump to the Azena website, and in this solution page, you can browse through different solutions where we already have some case studies or some projects did in the Europe and the US. So if, for example, in the manufacturers or commercial buildings. And today I want to show you more detail about the retail segments. So feel free to browse this page afterwards, and we will also drop the links in the chat box. So in the retail segments, I assume if you are store owners, you would like to increase the customer's shopping experience, reduce the queuing time, and optimize your business if possible, right? And at the end of this page, you can have this broad, nice graphic to show that in case you want to find some solutions for heat mapping, and also some solutions for queue management. There are several app developers and provide this kind of solution already. Yeah. So at this time point, I want to hand over to my colleagues AJ to walk you through more detail about the application store. So let me browse through, jump to the App Store.
Great. Thank you so much, Laurie, and thank you so much, Annie, for giving a overview of the VIVOTEK and also of the ecosystem. Let's now deep dive into the components, what Laurie briefly mentioned. First and foremost, what we want to start with is the application store, since it's the central piece of what we are building here. So application store, as the name suggests, is a marketplace for where the third-party companies, where any application developer companies can use the ecosystem components to build their applications or to port over their applications and host it here. This is a marketplace, so you can set your price. You can either provide it for one-time purchase, subscription, or both, or trials. Let's quickly go through the application store features itself. First and foremost thing which you would see once you go to the store is a search bar. Let's come to the search bar in a second. But you could the second thing which you would see is that there are more than 100 applications. These applications are relating to different use cases and suitable for different industries. So let's go and filter the whole application store based on the use case. For example, you're doing a project in retail segment. Then you could see that you already have a filter based on retail store management. You can click this filter and all of the applications pertaining to the retail use cases is presented. Here you can check, for example, multi-camera people tracking, mask check, or advanced analytics. So also there is flow retail application, which we will go to in a second, and Tom would deep dive into that. In a similar way, you can also filter the whole store based on the industries. If you're operating in, let's say, stadium use cases, then you already have the filters here. If you're operating in hospital use cases, then you have filter here. So as you could see that there are multiple apps per industry and per use case as well, and it's a progressive filter. So in this case, we have applications which are pertaining to retail store management in hospitals, which would not make sense. So let's skip the retail store management and only go for hospitals. So here you could see that there are applications for elderly care, or again masking, or like fire detection in hospital could be a scenario in the ER. The third thing is the search bar itself. This is a fuzzy search bar, which you can use to either search the application directly, or if you know a use case which you want to find, then you can search. For example, I want to search for flow retail application only. Then I would go ahead and type in flow retail. And that's it. It would throw all of the first result itself is the flow retail one. Let's go one level deeper and go to the application page itself. The application page is a structured page where the developer can provide information about the application itself, and the feature, and also the features, and also how could it be installed, etc. First and foremost thing is a high level overview of the application itself, along with the teaser video. You can quickly check this video and make sure that if this application is relevant to you, if all the features which you want in your use case is present or not. Then you have detailed information about the application itself. In this case, you have information about installation, how is it that you can install this app, or what are the network requirements, along with some preview images. You can quickly browse through the preview images, get a feel, get a gist of what exactly does this application provide. Then some administrative information. So if you are related to a particular, if you want a particular version of the application, you can request it from the developer, or there is also a minimum required operating system which needs to be loaded onto your cameras. The third one is the purchase section itself. Most, if not all of the applications do provide a trial license, a free 30-day trial license, which you can purchase without any cost, or you also have an option to purchase a full-time license. There's also an option for subscription, which an app developer can decide if they want to provide as a subscription or not. Let's now quickly jump from the application store to the device management portal after purchasing the application with the flow retail. Let's click on quantity as 1, add to cart. The application purchase process is very similar to any e-commerce site. Here you could see the cart and you can review the application which you want to purchase. Now you can go ahead and continue shopping, or if you are done with the shopping, then go ahead and click on checkout. This is the final page. Here you can review the whole order and then the total amount. I'm purchasing a trial license, so it's €0, it's a trial. So let me place the order. And that's it. There you go. You have made a purchase of an application. Within 30 seconds or less, you would also get an invoice. Even though it's a €0, you would definitely get an invoice with all the information about the application, the developer, about Azena, whom to contact, etc. Let's go to the next component, which is very important to the integrators themselves. This is the device management portal, and again, as the name suggests, you can manage the devices which is related to your account using the device management portal. We have logged in as Lottie, so we will be able to see all the cameras which are related to our account. Also on the left side, you could review the applications which you have purchased as a trial, as a subscription, or as a one-time purchase. We have a lot of licenses purchased as trials because we also test the applications. And here in this page, you can review this. Now, if you have purchased a subscription, then you would like to know when is that the subscription is ending, or if there is an application which is due for renewal, you could also get this information here in this page. We have not made a purchase as a subscription. That's why we don't have any application. Now let's go to where the installation would start. We have prepared a device, VIVOTEK AI box as a test device. Let's go ahead and install an application. Looks like I've already installed an application on it. So you go ahead and click on the store and click on install app. Let's see, seems to be our internet is a little bit troublesome today.
Yeah, it's a bit too early here in Munich, I would say.
Probably the internet is stuck in traffic for some reason. Okay, let's go through some features in the meanwhile when the install app comes up. Yeah, it's here. So let's go ahead and install an example application. We did make a purchase of Flow Retail application, but it's already installed on the camera. But let's go ahead and install the Advanced Analytics suite. All of the installation process is the same. And if you have made a trial purchase, trial license purchase, or a full license purchase, then all of these options would be popping up here. Let's go ahead and click on trials, go down and click on install. And that's it. It's as easy as this. You just have started the installation process. Depending on the size of the application itself, it would take a couple of seconds. So as you could see that in this, there is a clock symbol, and once it becomes a logo, then it means that the installation is done. And you could also see that, oh, the installation seems to be done. Perfect. You could also get this information of installing here. Quickly going through some features of the device management portal. In the info page, you could also get an information about the resources of the camera itself, a very high level information about the resources. As you could imagine, more applications you install, more the resources of the cameras is consumed, and you could review it here, and also some of the camera capabilities as well. Again, just imagine that you have a project which you have prepared, an end-to-end solution. Now you want to transfer this asset. When I say an asset, then it's the camera along with the applications and also the configuration of the whole camera to an end customer or to another integrator. We have built a feature which will help you do that. You can go ahead and click on transfer cameras. I'm now interested to transfer just one camera along with its application as an asset. I click on transfer camera, and here I just need to give an information about the company ID. What is this company ID? It's a unique ID which every company, every legal company who has signed up on Azena gets. once the company is approved and they're part of the platform. You just need to request this company ID from the end customer or the integrator to whom you want to transfer, and that's it. You would have to give it and then give some reference information as well. Once you do next, I'm not going to do that for now, but once you go ahead and transfer the asset, then there would be a pop-up in the device management portal of the receiving company in which they can either accept or reject the transfer. And that's all from my side. Let's now deep dive into Flow applications. I would not claim that I'm an expert on that when Tom is in the same room as us. So Tom, please take over.
Thank you very much for the introduction and for demonstrating the Azena capabilities. Let me just share my screen with you, and I'll be happy to show you a little bit more about the specific application which is actually running on the Azena store. Just a second. All right. Please, can you confirm that you see my screen? All right.
Yes, Tom, we can see
Wonderful.
you.
Wonderful. Well, my name is Tom, and I'm representing the DataFromSky organization. And I'll be happy to show you a little bit more about our Flow retail application, as you already saw from AJ, how to install it. Now, from a little bit more hands-on experience, how to work with it, what it does, how it works, and so on. To introduce a little bit more ourselves, the DataFromSky, we were established in 2013 in Brno, Czech Republic. We have more than 400 customers in more than 50 countries around the world. We have very strong academy network, thanks to which we are always enhancing our R&D and ever working on increasing the capabilities of our application, which at the end of the day helps us a lot with our technology partners and cooperating with our technology partners such as Azena or VIVOTEK or NVIDIA. If I'm supposed to introduce what we do in 2 words, we do computer vision. So we take the image and we analyze what is in the image. First, we started with a solution called Traffic Survey, which is a simple service working mostly used by traffic engineers, where they simply record the traffic video, upload it to our server. We run it through our algorithm, through our artificial intelligence, and give fully analyzed back for further processing to create some sort of traffic study to know how the traffic behaved. Also, we have a solution called parking detection, which is detecting the occupancy of a parking lot from cameras in real time. And to this solution are all the related smart parking features, such as license plate recognition or visualization on LED panels, or mobile application, connection with pavement gateways, and so on. So full-featured smart parking solution that is parking detection. And the latest one in our portfolio is Flow Insights, as it was already mentioned multiple times, which is basically real-time video analytics. As you see, the whole our portfolio is made for or made by video analytics solutions. That is the core business what we do. Actually, we have as of now 5 applications on Azena. That is Flow Traffic, Flow ALPR, Parking, Retail, or Security. I'll be more today talking about retail, but you see that the usage of the application is quite wide, and that's one of our core focuses, to have this application as wide as possible. To better demonstrate how the application can be used, there are actually multiple use cases, mostly from traffic, because that's where we are coming from, that's our background, but not only from that. So, for example, we can get traffic statistics such as counts, categorization, just to know how the traffic was evolving in specific time, during specific day, on specific place. We can also detect specific traffic events or traffic violations, if you wish. I don't know, wrong way driving, U-turn, blocking vehicle, red light running, and etc., etc. Or we can also control the traffic, so we can actually take the data and by integrating with the traffic controller, we can help the traffic to be smoother. So that's another use case. I already mentioned parking detection or parking management, if you wish. That's one of the use cases, but one I didn't mention is safety. By detecting the traffic and observing it, we have all the details how it behaved, and we can detect risky scenarios or situations where collision almost happened. So that's the safety. And last but not least is building or retail, if you wish, because for us it doesn't matter if we detect a pedestrian along the roadside or it is a shopper inside of a shopping mall or a worker in an office building. It's still a human being, and that's what we can recognize. Talking more about retail features, here are just some of them, probably the top ones. We can detect. So, for example, we can detect queue. We can count in and out people. We can notify if someone is waiting in front of the counter. We can recognize path of the people and visualize it. Based on that, we can then evaluate some sort of marketing activities. Whether it was successful, this promotion or not. On top of that, we are anonymizing faces, so it's fully privacy compliant. We're not recognizing faces, but on the other hand, we are anonymizing them, so it can be deployed even in stores. We can visualize heat maps or count so-called dwell time, so how much time people spend in a shop or in a specific area. Just to explain a little bit how the application works, and this actually applies through all of our applications we have. It's called a trajectory-driven design. This trajectory-driven design means that in first step we take the image and we analyze what we see in the image. So we can then recognize that here is a yellow car, there would be a bus, there would be a truck, here is a pedestrian, there is a cyclist, and so on. But it doesn't end there. We actually track all those detections to create continuous trajectories, to create movement, to know exactly where that object or person or car went. What was its movement? And that actually helps us in the third stage, which is the interpretation of those trajectories by creating gates, zones, filtering between them. And we can then easily create a filter to detect how many cars turned right over here, how many cars went straight, how many turned left and went in the wrong direction. Here is a zone, so we can detect how many cars are in the zone right now, what is the average time they spent in the zone, and so on. So this is the third step to interpret those trajectories to get the data. Here is just one last example of a traffic scenario to see how the detection looks like. This is from an intersection where we can do actually multiple use cases. So, for example, here on the right side there is a cyclist path, so we can easily count the cyclists over here. You see here gates, so we are providing traffic statistics through these gates with categorization and distribution across the categories. You see here is a sign forbidding to make a U-turn. So we can easily detect if someone is violating this rule and making U-turn here on this intersection. Or we see here clearly traffic light signal. So easily, if there is a red light and someone is crossing this gate, we can trigger an event as a violation, for example. And talking about the traffic lights, we can also easily integrate with the controller and control the traffic light, give the controller any information that on this arm of the intersection, there are already 5 vehicles waiting for more than 2 minutes. So give them a green light finally. Those are all of the use cases we can do here in single system, in one user interface, possibly even from this one single camera deployed in on an intersection. And one more showcase from more from retail, where you can see the detection of pedestrians and their movements. You see their trajectories, how they are moving, how they are interfering between each other, and then we can easily calculate, for example, how many people went here to the shop, inside of the shop. So if I'm supposed to summarize the biggest advantages of Flow, it can integrate hundreds of different sensors or different filters into a single system, into single user interface. It is very simple to work with because you just connect an RTSP stream and you're good to go. You're good to start the analysis right away. So there is no need to do some sort of a special setup of the detection to get the data. And the user interface is very easy and easy to work with. It's very user friendly, and I will show you what I mean by that just now, when I will just go to live demonstration. I believe you still can see my screen. Is that right? Wonderful.
Yes, Tom, we can still see your screen.
Wonderful. So here I have the real life application. I have here 2 cameras connected. One is from the traffic, the other one is from the retail use case. If I go to the retail use case, I see here the actual image from the camera. Here I have some left side menu. I will just close that. And on the right side over here is the workspace area where I create those filters I want to see. So for example, let's create a gate or let's say 2 gates, one here and one here. We can rename those gates like gate right, gate left. And very easily we can just select those gates, drag and drop them to the workspace, and we are already detecting all the pedestrians or all the objects crossing those 2 gates. We can add a category filter on top of that and select that we are interested only in pedestrians.
Hello?
Tom, are you still online?
It seems like, yeah, I cannot hear him now.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like he's having some trouble with his device. Maybe it was running with the low battery. In the meanwhile, let's. What do you think? Shall we take some questions, Annie? What do you think?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, I see some question about VIVOTEK here. Yeah, my great honor to answer that. Like,
Sure.
it is possible to install several apps from different type or different developer in one camera. The question from Yang Ling Li. Yeah, so sure, you can install several apps to the camera or to the AI box. And to our testing, each apps, it takes around 20 to 30% of the like a CPU, of the chips consumption, the power CPU consumption. Yes, so it means you can install 3 to 5 apps to the AI box or AI cameras to run that concurrently.
So I think Tom, you're back. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay.
Apologies for that.
No worries.
Unfortunately, the battery ran out, and I thought that it will last until the end. It didn't.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
Do you like to share the demonstration, or you want to take the
Yes.
question?
Yes. I will just jump
Now we
back.
can see your screen. Yeah.
Yes. Wonderful. So I left at the category filter. So easily I can just create a category filter for filtering only pedestrians, which in this case there are only pedestrians, right? But in other scenarios there might be more categories. I will just connect those two filters between each other, and I'm filtering only pedestrians. I can select that I want only one direction, not both directions, for example. So let's say that this is the entrance to the shop, and I want to know which direction the people went in. So I choose just one direction. I can add here widgets to show it on the dashboard very easily, just like this. And right here on the dashboard, I have already prepared here a heat map. So you see the heat map of the store, how it looked like. We can actually adjust it, the visualization a little bit, but don't want to deep dive into that right now. Here we have two more widgets of those gate crossings, which we created earlier. And simply if I just drag and drop those two above each other, I will create so-called super widget, which will actually create a pie chart of those two values. So as I have here those two gates, it shows me the pie chart of these gate crossings. In very simple way, I can create here a zone, just like this, and I will drag and drop it here to the workspace again. But this time I will apply a statistical value to the zone to know the duration of occurrence. So to know how much time people spent in that zone. And I will just get one more widget over here where I see that the maximum time was 153 seconds. The average is around 5 seconds, and the minimum is 0.07 seconds. So all the statistics about time spent in that zone I have over here. And this is what I wanted to show you from the demonstration. Let me just jump quickly back to the presentation. And if you just want to try it out on your own, it's very simple to just copy this link, and you will get to the Azena store where is our app, and you can try and download it as AJ showed you earlier. And I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thanks, Tom. It's I think quite exciting to see your very innovative applications. So we do have questions during you sharing this traffic slide. So question is, so in this image, the position of the required camera for the analytics to work. So how should we position the camera and the trajectory design, how they should do it?
The camera position is definitely an important factor, especially because of occlusions. If there are some objects or constructions where the person can hide behind, then of course the video analytics cannot detect it behind I don't know, slope or around the corner. So all the important areas which needs to be monitored, or which you would like to monitor, needs to be visible on the image. So definitely camera position is very important. I would say, and that's a rule of the thumb, the higher the better, because the higher you put the camera, the less possibility of an occlusion is. If you put the camera on 2 meter height, there will be some occlusions. If you put it on 8 meters, then you will have less occlusions, because you would limit the possibility to that the person or vehicle would hide behind something. So that's probably a note for it. But regarding the software, it can work with 2 meters height, 8 meters height, even 100 meters height. We have analytics for that. So that's not a problem for the analytics.
Thanks, Tom. So I think next question will come into Azena. So how's the connection from camera to software for analytics metadata on OnViv, and it is MQTT? I think AJ, you can help us with that.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, DS, for the question. So there are 3 levels to it. So the application developers themselves can build the integration into the famous VMSs, either via OnViv or via proprietary way to send the metadata. We also have the data trolley, which is one of the libraries which the developers can use to, and which this library does the automatic conversion from a normal JSON to an OnViv, which is actually an XML. So you would have integration via OnViv as well. Most, if not all, of the application developers also have made the data available on MQTT. And as you would know, that MQTT is a publish subscribe based protocol. So they do publish the metadata and events on a certain topic. So this topic information would be available on the documentation of the developer. And then you can, as an endpoint, you can always subscribe to this topic and get the metadata out. I hope this answered your question.
So, and next question, is Azena support available for India market? So very good question. This is actually the coming soon area we want to onboard. I hope in the next 2 weeks or a month. I will definitely approach you after this webinar once it's go live to India to purchase the applications. Yeah. And I think the next question will go to VIVOTEK.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there is a question. So Annie, there's a question. So you just need the VIVOTEK box with flow inside and any available IP camera for this. What is the price and where could we get the information about the VIVOTEK box and the answer?
Thank you for the question. So about the inquiries or any price information, so please send me an email. So I would like to see your application needs, and then I can advise you the best price combination for your markets. Thank you so much. Because yeah, my email is in the chat box, like any.trend@vivotek.com.
Thanks, Annie. Thanks, Annie, for that.
I think another question coming to Azena. I think all these analytics require special and custom installation of cameras, as mentioned by us. But I know when have limitation because we cannot work in open environment. So would you please get the highlight of this topic? AJ, you want to
yeah, I'll give it a try. So Tom, I'll give this one a try, and then if there is some inputs from you, just interrupt me. So yes, all of the analytics do require the custom installation, because a scenario in retail would not be the same type of installations which you would do for a retail environment would not suit for a traffic, would not suit for a hospital environment. Of course, you need to have a dedicated setup planned. You need to have a structure of what the camera needs to look at, what is the analytics which you're trying to get out. So for example, if you want to do a face mask detection, you cannot have a camera which is mounted at a height of like 10 meters. Then you would not even have the enough pixels to pick up the face. But if it's for traffic analytics, what Tom showed earlier, then the more you see, the better it is, because you can get a higher overview of the whole traffic scenario, about the car movements, etc. So I hope this was the question. There are definitely some limitations based on also the lighting conditions. You could not expect that the cameras would, or the applications would be perfect if the light is shining right into the lens. Obviously, these needs to be planned. There are some, along with the camera or the AI box, there are some additional components required for you to have an optimum installation.
I
Okay,
fully agree with AJ. It is a lot about use cases. So as AJ mentioned, if you want to detect the face mask wearing, then you need to place camera lower. If you want to have overview about the situation in a store or on an intersection, then you don't need a low positioned camera, and quite on opposite, you want to put it as high as possible to even to at first cover larger area, and also avoid the occlusions which I mentioned already. And actually, regarding traffic, the same applies for LPR detection, for example. If you want to detect license plates, you have to place camera lower. So 20 meters would probably not be a good option, and you want to put it probably 4-6 meters top. Depends on a lot on the position. So here in this case, yes, those are the special use cases which you would require from the application.
Thanks, Tom. I think another question coming to Azena is more about integration topics. So first is more like, okay, is there live analytics data safe somewhere? And also if we can send the event outside of the app interface, such as sending the notification through the VMS or SMS emails. Yeah, AJ,
that's, yeah, absolutely. I'm more than happy to answer this question. I always love the integration topics, as you know. Yes, so live analytics is fundamentally not saved anywhere. It's an analytics which is like a data stream. It's an additional stream which can be pushed into either any endpoint which you program it for. If you are receiving an analytics on the VMS, you want to store the analytics, then you need to do a settings on the VMS side to store these analytics or store the metadata and events. If you are sending the data to AWS, then you have to again store it on that end. So for GDPR compliance, the camera or the AI box itself doesn't store any data. So that we want to be GDPR compliant, and if the AI box or the camera is installed in a scenario like in a hospital or in a retail store, then we don't want to store the faces or any kind of personal data. That said, like we discussed earlier, there are multiple ways in which you can send this data outside for you to store it in any external system like MQTT, like OnWIF, or proprietary integrations. The third and the most important one, which I want to mention, is there is also an application which we have built based on Node-RED, and this is a low-code, no-code integration assistant application, which you could use for creating your own custom integration to any third-party endpoints. For example, we have done projects where we have stored data on Azure IoT Hub. We have stored the data which is made available on the message broker by the app developer, transform this data to add some key values, and then store it into the IoT. You can use the integration assistant to do that. If you need more information about the integration assistant, please feel free to let us know, and we will be more than happy to help you out.
I think a follow-up question connect together the integration topic. I think and you can feel free to jump us to help you answer that. So do we need an internet access on all the time on the cameras network? As most of the case, all the CCTV networks, well, we have a dedicated internet or a LAN without the internet access.
That's a good question.
Yeah, really thank you for that question. So if so we don't need the connected online internet access, yeah, for all the time, because AI box can do the analytics on the AI box and send the notification to the VMS. So that event data saved on the VMS. Yeah, so this is really convenient for setup and maintenance. I saw another question about. I saw
Sorry,
another
Annie, I
question.
just want to quickly comment on that answer. Thanks a lot for that. So also on the device management portal, if you had observed, then there are options for filtering the online or offline cameras. As Annie mentioned, camera do not need to be
Online
online
all the
automatically
time. Yes.
to be able to do the analytics, because the applications are running on the edge. So
Yes.
it can do the inferences on the edge. And if you want to store it in a third-party systems, then you obviously need internet. But if you want to build a independent system, like for example, just a license plate recognition application running on AI box, VIVOTEK AI box, and then it is directly connected to the barrier, then you don't need internet at all. You use the GPI opens on the AI box to control the barrier. The application is running on the edge. The barrier is controlled with GPI opens. That's it.
Yeah. Actually, if they lost the connection between the AI box and the BMS, we will have the buffering feature. It's gonna be on the developing plan. Yeah, will be released soon. So I keep you guys posted about that. I saw another question about fire and smoke detection. Actually, on Azena, we have some apps for that, right? Actually, you can help to explain more.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, thanks, Annie. Thanks for that. Yes, so we have a fire and smoke detection application also on Azena Store. You can check it out. We can also put the link of the fire smoke detection app in the chat. This application we have used in real scenarios in the manufacturing factories, where in the furnace rooms there is always some instance of smoke, and there are also some integration possibilities via this app. Yeah, we will be more than happy to drop the application link in the chat.
Okay, I think we also come in another question. Is all Azena solutions are available on AI box or only selected solutions? Adrian,
yeah, sure, I can go ahead and take that. Is all the Azena solutions available on AI box or only selected solutions? So that's the beauty of it. The VIVOTEK AI box is running the Azena OS, and all of the applications, all of the 100 applications, you can install it on the AI box in the same way that you can install it on the VIVOTEK camera. So the application itself is built on the Android open source project technology stack, and this is the technology stack used for the OS. So all of the 100 applications would behave, act, perform in the same way on the AI box or on the camera. And there is no specific solution which runs on it. Obviously, you would, as a customer, you need to make a decision of what apps you want to release to make an end-to-end solution. Like, for example, you are doing a hospital use case. Why would you need an application which is doing, let's say, animal counting on the hospital use case? So as a customer, you need to decide on the end-to-end package. Also, we are more than happy to help you out. Tom, Annie, Laurie, and myself, we are more than happy to consult you for the right solutions and create this end-to-end solution.
So I hope we cover most of the questions today. If not, we missed something, then feel free to approach us. So just to closing the webinar today, I would like to share the wrap up. So as AJ just answered the last question about what you can try out with us. So it's just actually a very simple 3 steps. First, you decide the cameras for your use cases. And second, you come to our Azena store and select or purchase application fit for your solutions. And last but not least, we will help you do this integration and to your existing video system or any data you need. So then I think that's it for today. I'm very happy to get so much questions from you guys, and hope you enjoy the webinar.
Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you as
Thank
well.
Laurie and Ajay. Yeah, 10 times. Yeah, Azena team and DataFromSky. Okay, happy
Thank you.
to see you guys. Bye-bye.